Hit record. Okay, you got Gino.
Good night, everyone.
How you doing, Gino?
Good, you?
Congrats on the goal.
Thank you so much.
Run me through it because you had such an impact on the game, not only with the goal itself, but it just seems in the second half, everything kind of opened up for you, not only on the wings, but just in the offensive third in general.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm very happy about the win, and I think halftime was key. I think the team got together, and in the first half, we kind of felt that we we had to push a little bit more. So the coaches told us to push a little bit more to the wings, and I think it totally showed up in the second half. So thank God it all came through.
Tell me about that goal there. You saw a lot of open field there when you got the go ahead game winners. It turns out. Describe it for me.
Yeah, kind of when Beto Idrach got the ball in the middle, like my eyes lit up a little bit, and I just start running. I saw the space, and I just wait for him to play the ball. Thankfully, the defender didn't get it, and I was ready to, if he didn't get it, I would be there. And once I got it, my only goal was to literally score that one and help the team win.
Ryan, you got a question? Job, you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question. Congrats on the goal, my boy.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask. It's kind of similar to Eric's question as far as I seen that you had your momentum and pretty much like a one-on-one with the goalie. So I know you said like your eyes lit up, but in instances like that when you guys you guys came back from behind and things like that, do you look at it as like a way as you being able to take over the game on that possession, or do you look at it as do you like decipher between should I go for it or should I pull it back out, play the team ball, or what goes through your mind? And as far as where you are in the game, and should you take a shot like that? Because if you miss it, then it's like, man, should I not taking it? Or if you make it like you did, it's like, man, you're the hero. So how do you go through those progressions in situations like that?
I think that last moment when I got the ball is a byproduct of what the team did in the second half. Everyone was pressing, everyone was doing their job. And I think it's, as I already said, the byproduct of it. And soccer is like that. I'm lucky it got to me. And when I got the ball, I was really confident. I lifted up my head. I saw a clear way to go. I took a deep breath and just went straight to it with confidence and just try to slip the ball in a little corner next to the goalkeeper. And I was pretty confident once I got the ball and start running with it. But shout out to the team that without them, that goal wouldn't come in. So
now with this win, it kind of breaks a cycle for you guys. At no point throughout this season have you actually come back from a deficit when you're down early in the first half. Talk about the progression of this team from where the season started to the last 5 games and how much has changed since then.
I think it's a really good question because we kind of started from less to more. The most important factor that has been positive for our team right now is the mindset we have gained. The confidence, even though we started the way we didn't want to, the confidence we've gained through every game, and just reflects today that even though we were losing 1-0, we keep doing our thing. We didn't lose our standard, our identity as a team, and that just tells a lot of the group of players we have. So happy about the team I am right now, and just really excited about what's next. Ready for Memphis next weekend.
What does it mean to beat SMU twice? I mean, this has been your rival. This was the team that's been your thorn, if you will. So many great matches over the years, batting for the championship. To get over the hump and beat them twice here to help turn around this, that means doing.
I think it got cut out. Can you repeat the question?
What does it mean to beat SMU twice this season after obviously the past history to help turn around this season?
It means a lot. SMU is a great team, great players, and surely they have been battling with us these last years. So to beat them twice in a season gives a lot of confidence, and not just for what's ahead, but to trust more what the coaches tell us every day, our style of play that reflects and that we can beat really good teams.
Yeah, I just want to reflect on, tonight was you guys senior night tonight, so a big win, like a big win from behind. I know give you guys a big confidence boost. How was the seniors feeling after the game tonight? After you guys went down, they scored early, and then you guys were able to come back in the second half and take the W. How does the seniors? How are they feeling right now? As this is probably their last home game for UCF in front of their home fans. How do they feel to have a comeback win like that tonight?
I think it's unbelievable for them to play their last game here at home and getting a win against SMU. I think that was the motivation today. Give them from the whole players of the team, give them a last win here at home, and just appreciate everything they've done for this program. And what's better than a win like we did today? It just shows the strength and the type of leadership our seniors have. So I'm really happy as a sophomore that I can give my teammates something they'll remember always.
You now go to Memphis. Give me the approach here in the next week here to finish this regular season strong and get into the conference tournament.
I think we have to go with the same mindset, same confidence, study the rival, and just prepare really hard during the week and go play that last game as a final. I think we've seen every game since we started not doing too well in the season, every game as a final. And I think we as a team had a goal that every game was going to be a final, and we have another one next weekend. So really excited and looking forward for that.
All right, any more questions for Gino?
Thanks, Gino.
Yeah, I think we're good. Thanks, Gino.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, and then we've got Luca coming up for you. All right, we got Luca for you.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Luca, congratulations on your first goal. Just walk me through it. In the second to last game of the season, you finally break through. How did it feel?
It was amazing. Was talking with the guys, and they said that he was coming most needed, and it comes in the game.
Have you felt like this has been long overdue? Because you've been playing well. You've had some chances, haven't gotten the breaks. How did it feel to finally get that ball in the back of the net?
It feels incredible because every striker is working hard to get the first goal and working together with the team, and it feels amazing to score the goal.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that was your first goal. So and that goal pretty much gave you guys the boost that you guys needed to, ultimately win the game tonight. So how does it feel, to give your team that spark, even though like before, like they said before, you haven't been able to even get the goals that you had wanted to get earlier in the season, and to get one in a game like this, it being senior night, the last regular season home game. How does it feel to, get that spark going for you guys?
The most important thing was that we never give up. So I play for the seniors. I play for them because it's their last game at home, and yeah, we played to our heart. We put our heart there. We gave 100%. Yeah.
Now, I was talking to one of your Montford classmates, Jordan Bender, about you as a player. He said that you were primarily as a winger in high school. How's the adjustment been as a out and out striker with UCF now?
I mean, it's been difficult because it's hard to change position, but I'm working hard to it. Whenever you want me to play as a winger or as a striker, I'll do my best. yeah, just working hard for that.
What's it been like playing with guys like Gino and the veterans here? Have they helped you through and play in this system, this unique system that's so wide open?
Yeah, I mean, they help me a lot. We talk a lot in the training session to get connected even more and play with them. That's why I chose UCF, because when I got here, I said I want to play with them. They are great players, and we had a great team. So yeah, it's amazing.
All right, I think we're good, Luca. Appreciate the time.
Luca, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thanks, Luca.
All right, let me go get Coach or Yannick. Let's see if Yannick's available. Hang on.
That was a fun match to call, Austin.
Oh, yeah. Loved it. Good way to send off
open.
The seniors, too.
Well, and the style, the open play from both sides. I mean, that was, especially that last 20 minutes, was crazy.
Oh, yeah. It was always going to be a very fun game. Kind of the way it went through in the second half especially made it even better.
Temple's up 4-0 on Tulsa right now. So if
Wow.
that holds up, UCF will play for the championship on Friday.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Tulsa play in their final game?
South Florida. I believe it's South Florida, I think.
Ooh. Can you imagine USF giving UCF the championship?
Mm-hmm. Well, if this holds up, they'll be up 2 on Tulsa. All they would need to do is beat Memphis, and they wouldn't even help. So,
Considering Memphis is 1-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they brought him. Yeah.
All right, you guys got Yannick.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Yannick, how you doing?
Good.
Massive win for you guys, and a comeback win at that, something this team really hasn't done this season, to come back from a deficit from the first half. How much does that speak of the character of this team, especially over the last 5 games, compared to how you guys were in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I talked about it, I think, last time when I talked to you guys. I talked about how this team, we play through setbacks, we play through phases of the game where we have no control. We started out today and we had SMU pressed us high. They had good control over us. We didn't really get the ball out of our half the way that we wanted to. And they scored early. And yes, we were not used to that yet in this season too much. But at the same time, we grew together and we started controlling the game after that. And in halftime, we said, hey, we need 1 goal, and that's it. Back.
What does it mean to beat SMU twice here during this winning streak here? I mean, you've been a part of this rivalry now for a few years, and you know what it has to mean a little extra special to get them to get the best of them here a couple times here during this stretch, right?
Yeah, it means a lot. We needed to win those games. We needed it very much after our start of the season, and I think they have. I mean, they play good. They play well. The only thing is right now they're unlucky. They don't get the results that they want and need. And sometimes soccer is like that. You do your best, but you don't get the results that you want.
So congrats on the win, man. I wanted to ask. So you guys have Memphis next week, and then after that is playoffs for you guys. So what is you all's mindset going into this Memphis game? You know you have bigger you have bigger stakes ahead of that Patriots Memphis game. What's the mindset for the team?
Well, we want to pull through. We don't want to underestimate Memphis, even though they're in the last spot right now. But we've seen what this conference can do, and it's a very quick up and down. And Memphis can come out flying. We have to be prepared, and we have to get the last win of the season, of the regular season, and that's our job, and that's what we're gonna aim to do.
Talk to me about the first half, the pressure that SMU was putting on you guys. Made some very nervy moments in the back, but you guys kind of handled it well. Just talk to me about that first 45 and trying to basically calm down the team.
Yeah, well, they scouted well. They scouted the way we want to build, and we weren't able to really get out of. They started locking us with one striker, and we just can't let that happen. In the end, it's on us that they had so much control over us. We have to deal with it better. But we'll do some video and see how they were successful in the first minutes. But I think it's on us that we were not ready to be pressed like that. And then the team. I mean, it's kind of a cohesive response, but at the same time, the guys like Yoni, people started to step up and not lose their way of doing things. We just doing things until we found a way to get out of their press and find the spots and find the space in behind their pressure.
Tell us about Learman. Why is he so important to you on the defensive side, especially? You're such a different team when he's on the field when he's not. And he made some big plays down the stretch to preserve that win there that doesn't show up on the box score. What makes him so special and important to this team?
I'll be honest. He's one of the best center backs I ever played with, and he definitely changes the way that we play because he's so confident on the ball. He can step into spaces. He can take the spot of the center mid at times, and sometimes that helps you enormously, especially with one striker pressing. You can step into the space and you just let the center mid drop in behind him, and he is the center mid, and it's extremely hard to defend that.
Hey, Yannick, just want to ask a quick question here. On the broadcast, we talk about the win factor from half to half. What is it like going up against the win in the first half compared to going with the win in the second?
Yeah, I actually chose the side against the win for the first half. Okay. It is extremely hard on our field. It is extremely hard to play against the wind. But I knew if we got that half behind us, the second half we will be flying, and it definitely helped us today. And I knew we can score 1, 2, 3 goals in the second half if we were determined to do so.
Okay, thank you.
All right, perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
I'm going to get Calabrese for you. All right, we got coach for you.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win, 5th in a row. Your team did something tonight that they hadn't done all season, which was come from behind to win. How good did it feel for you as a coaching standpoint to see that?
Yeah, I think it's nice to see the level of belief that the guys have in each other, that the guys have in what we're doing, and I think what we saw was an incredible response to a really difficult start to the game. That first 5-10 minutes, SMU put a lot of pressure on us. We were against the wind, and we were having a difficult time. And of course, they are very good on set pieces. They capitalized on one of those opportunities. But to me, to see our team respond the way they did was is excellent. It shows this growth belief in each other.
Tell us about that second half. You mentioned the wind playing a factor there, with and against the wind. But, I mean, Luca was tremendous there, and then Gino in the breakaway there. Offensively, what clicked in that second half?
Yeah, I think when we weren't going against the wind, for one, you're able to stretch a team a little bit more. And so now, whereas early in that game, we really couldn't play in behind them because that ball was holding up, and as pressing us, we were having a hard time kind of stepping through their pressure with our center backs, and the spaces opened up as the game went on, and I think that helped us then to find players in the midfield, to free up players. We started to have more success building out of the back. And so now, but on top of it, you can actually play a long ball and get them behind them straight away. So it just opened up those spaces for us. And then we were able to find players higher up. I thought we were very dangerous. And I think from multiple players, Gino, Hata, Luca, players coming out of the midfield were dangerous. Beto, when he came in, gave us some energy and some running, kind of running out of the midfield and finding areas to attack. So, I mean, overall, really, really good second half. Great response from the players, and tremendous result, an important result.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Want to talk about Luca Dorado. He looked a lot more refined today. His running in between the channels, he looked actually like a number 9 for the first time all season long at home. He finally got that goal deservedly. Anything changed in practice over the last couple of weeks? Have you been seeing that transition?
Well, I think he's growing in confidence. I think he's growing in his relationships with other players, and the other players know when to find him, know when to look for him, understand the running and the movements that he's making. So I think that's a big part of it. I think the really hard part was that, and then this went for all our players in the beginning, is we hadn't played a competitive match in 15 months. And so, it just takes a while for us to establish our fitness levels, our understanding of each other. Luca, on top of that, this is his freshman year. At least, when Gino was playing with Mao, or existing players, they already knew each other. They just had to reestablish that relationship. For Luca, he's coming in as a new player with all the freshmen coming in as a new player. You have to learn a new system. You have to learn about the players that you're around, about the coaches and what the coaches want you to do. So you just see continuous improvement from Luca. And I love that he was rewarded tonight, because I thought he had 2 or 3 really good moments where he was really dangerous. Have him score his first goal I'm so excited for him. And I think he absolutely deserved it tonight. Just like you said, he was really, really lively tonight. And looked like he was going to score.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So, congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
So I know you guys had went down 1-0 pretty early in the game. Something you guys weren't really used to all season long. What is the halftime message that you're giving to the team, even though you're only down a goal? What is the message that you're giving to them to, uplift them and let them know that you guys are pretty much still in it, even though you guys are playing against the win and things like that? What is the message like in the locker room at halftime?
Well, I think there were two things. I think we felt like that first 10 minutes of the game where we conceded was not representative of the rest of that half, and that we were really good once we were patient and we moved the ball and we were a little bit braver. We kind of got our confidence to play, and so yeah, they won the first 10 minutes, and we said, okay, yeah, we weren't ready. We didn't come out the way that we wanted to, but the game is there for us to take, and we had created chances, and that we had to just keep going. We talked a little bit about different possibilities in terms of how we wanted our players to move and position themselves at halftime. We talked about kind of how they were dangerous, the different things that they were doing, and how we wanted to defend them. But mostly it was just, hey, we just have to work. We have to work, and we have to believe, and that, we're going to have to absolutely step up in that second half, and that we're capable of it, and that we can play at a level above even what we were playing at in the second part of that first half. And so I think the guys responded to that, and I thought, that second half we were really we were very good.
Coach, you mentioned the first 10 minutes of the game. It was something that you talked to us about just yesterday with the USF game, where you guys kind of started out flat. Do you feel that's somewhat becoming a trend? And if so, how do you go about rectifying it?
So I actually don't think this first half we were necessarily flat in the way that we were last time. Last time we lacked energy. I don't think we lacked energy. I think the wind was in our face. They're pressing. I think we have to give SMU some of the credit for how they came after us in that first part of that first half. They dumped the ball on us right away off the kickoff. They went and they pressed us. They wanted to force us into a mistake, right? There's really a couple different ways you can approach soccer games. And one of the tactics is, you know what? We don't want the ball. We want them to have the ball. And then we want them to have the ball, and we were going to put them in a dangerous situation. We're going to force them into a mistake. And to capitalize on that moment. And that's what they did in that first 10 minutes. And then, they were at this pace, this really high pace, and we weren't up to that pace yet. And the first 10 minutes of any game or any half is played at a tempo that, for the most part, the rest of the game is not played at. Because people just cannot sustain that level of running, that amount of sprinting, and so spaces do open up. So I think that first 10 minutes in this case was a little bit different. But we obviously we need to be really switched on, and we need to play at the pace that the game is going, even in that first 10 minutes. So I don't know that it's a trend necessarily in that way, but we're definitely one of the first points on the board for next week's game against Memphis is, hey, let's start the game at the right level so that we're not having to claw our way back.
Coach, speaking about Memphis, you talk about intentional training, and you have those intentional training sessions under your belt this season. Going in to get the Memphis game next week away from home, what's the intention? What's the mindset?
Well, I think we're going to approach that exactly like we've approached every game. So we're going to look at this match and we're going to say, okay, what did we do well? What did we do poorly? Or what can we improve on? And then we're going to spend the first half of the week focusing on what we could do better in this match. And then that second half of the week, we're going to say, okay, now we'll turn our attention more towards Memphis. how do we prepare specifically to play against Memphis? We'll obviously look at the last match, and we'll say, all right, what went well there? What didn't go well? And then we'll end up embedding that into our training in those last 2 days going into the Memphis match. So those are a little bit more tactical. But Memphis is a good team, and they're a team that we absolutely need to have the same. If we have the same level of training this week that we had last week, then we go into Memphis prepared.
What is it about this rivalry that produces another fun, exciting classic match for the casual fans even? Like, people on social media were into this match. And to get over the hump of them, because you've mentioned it, this has been the rivalry. This has been the team that's been at your expense, if you will, at the wall here. To beat them twice during this run, what does that mean for you and this team moving forward?
Well, I think, it's funny. I don't think we put too much emphasis on SMU this year. I honestly think how we've approached it from a coaching standpoint is that this is one of the teams we have to beat, and we don't even think about them until the week before we play them. And I think that was a really good approach. And our preparation's exactly the same in terms of how we go about it. I think everyone knows that they're a really high-level team. They were ranked, I think, 9 when we played them the first time. So, those things, I think they do play some part in our players' minds. We don't highlight those things though to them. And the reality is that every year, we're a different team this year than we were the last time we played them. They're a different team from the last year to this year. And so, they're a very good program. I think the one thing that we do have, and that we need to have for every program, is a high level of respect, because there are people, there are high level players in every program, and then there are coaches that are doing an unbelievable job in every program. And our job is to try to elevate our team to a level beyond our opponents so that we can get results. But we really do try not to put SMU up here and other people down there. I think that would be a recipe for, creating a lot of kind of inconsistent performances from ourselves. And we do really spend a lot of time just talking about our own performance.
Well, and this league is so tough, and you're getting help tonight. Temple is about to knock off Tulsa here, so you're going to be in first place going into Memphis. Speak about this league, though. This league has been incredible. Tulsa's been ranked. Yeah. SMU's been ranked. You've been ranked. I mean, South Florida is very good. We've always talked about how strong it is, but does this feel like it's been the strongest ever?
I think the parity, I do. So, yeah, I do believe that it's the strongest ever. I think last year you saw this incredible high level from this league where we had 2 teams ranked in the top 10. I would say there was another 2 teams. One was in like the teens to 20s. I feel like USF was in that range. And then Memphis was in top 25, kind of 35 range. So there's, and then Temple has consistently gotten better every year. So when you really look at it, this league there's so much parity within this league. The coaches in this league all just they do a really good job, and they work hard, and they're able to recruit high level players and put together high level teams. So it's great. It's great. And it's just made it even more difficult to play in this league now that we go home and homes. So now, no, you're not just playing these high level teams once. You're gonna play them twice. You're gonna play them home and away, which I think is great because it demands that we're really good, and that there are really no days off from training. There's no games where you say, oh yeah, okay, that one's. I actually don't think there's any games like that in college soccer at all anymore. there might have been 20, 25 years ago. But there's no game where you can look and say, oh yeah, if we're at 80%, we're going to be okay. No, you have to be so good all the time in this league.
My last question here is, well, the slow start to the season, it could have been easy for the season to get to a completely different direction. But what does it speak of the character of this group to turn this season around and put yourself in position here to, hopefully with some help, get another conference title? Who knows? But I figured on this senior night, what does this group mean to you after turning the season around where a lot of things didn't go your way early?
Yeah, I think it shows how much character and competitiveness and belief and how hard this group was willing to work and is willing to work to get better. And how, you also have to, you're humbled in those first couple games when, you've come off a season where you've had a lot of success, and then now those games, those results are not going your way. And, we just really rolled up our sleeves and went to work. And we made it such a focus to get better. And the guys put the work in training. The guys believed in each other. And I think we grew together as a group. And, to have a really high level team, I think in a college environment, you have to have a really connected group where they spend a lot of time with each other. They believe in each other. They form these really strong, honest relationships. And I think that process has taken place now over this period of time. And you see the results of it now, that people are willing to back each other, that people are willing to work hard for each other. And it's exciting. And I think our best football, I think we're playing our best football now. I think that SMU game, some of the things that we did in that game against a really high level team, you have to say, okay, we are continuously trending in the right direction at the end of the season. And I think there's even better football in us moving forward.
All right, Coach, I think we're good. Thank you so much. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, you. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.
You too.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, Coach. Congrats.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Kenny.
Yep.